I'm Andrew Rodriguez. I'm the owner of AARodriguez Corp. We started out as AARodriguez Corp, but our website was fixmybw.com, and now we're tunemyeuro.com. And that happened because we started our company making fixes for Volkswagens. I bought a Volkswagen for $3,000, and at the time it was all the money in the world to me. And it had a broken glove box that hung open all the time. It was embarrassing. Somebody tried to get in the car and they'd have to lift it up and then bang the knee on it. It sucked. So that was a $300 problem, and thousands of people had that problem. And I came up with a magnetic latch kit to keep that shut and make the car usable again. And it was great. So from that one thing, we started making other parts. I made an armrest hinge and latches, and we got into tuning. I had a Volkswagen Golf, the same one that got us started in making parts. We had a Malone tune on it, and it was awesome. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I could sell these also. And I contacted Malone, and even though I was way underqualified, they took me on as a dealer. And I went on to be one of the top dealers for many years after doing that, and since then we've branched out into performance stuff, specializing in diesel, but now we're moving into the gas market also. Like, I love my Golf R that I got recently. It's my first gas car since I was probably 18. And we've got a dyno in-house now. It's great for finding problems, fixing them, and yeah. So our dyno, yeah, it's a Mustang all-wheel drive dyno, and one of the things that drove me crazy about other places I've been to dynos before is they didn't have an all-wheel drive option, and
in practice,
the place where they had it was usually generally very unsafe, or you couldn't see your car at all. I hated that. So we built our own dyno cell. We built a viewing room, and we do dynos, 3 poles. We rent the dyno out per hour to other tuners. And I really enjoy that setup. It keeps customers safe, but they can also watch their car and be part of. So I'm a complete amateur at the track. This is my 4th track day ever. I've been out here with an X5 35D, a 328D, and now I'm out here with the Golf R. And it's an experience of a lifetime. I never grew up thinking I want to drive on a racetrack. Growing up, I think of NASCAR, they're making a left turn. This is just mind-blowing. So earlier this week, I heard that there's going to be like 100% chance of rain for Saturday. That was yesterday, and I thought, oh man, they're going to cancel the event. Then I hear, no, they don't cancel the event. You drive in the rain. I thought, whoa, because I've already gotten sideways, in dry, perfect conditions. So I was like, how does that work? So yesterday, we had fog, we had rain, we had cars spinning out, we had some cars were totaled. Like, they had to move a concrete wall back into place after a Mustang went out. It's been super cool. Today we're hoping to get back out on the track pretty soon with perfect conditions. The track's dry, it's warm, and so my best time out today in rainy conditions was 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and top speed of 131 miles an hour. A few minutes ago, I got to go out in my own car with Mike Skeen driving, and he did 140 miles per hour, and he got the lap time down to 1 minute 40 seconds flat. I've got a lot to work on. So if you've never been out to an event like this, I really think you should bring friends. It's totally cool just to drive around the track. You should do that and see if, some people have anxiety issues, they couldn't do this. Some people would this is like the ultimate thrill seekers thing to do, is drive out here, Road Atlanta, or the next track I want to go to is Barber, and that's what we're planning to do later on this winter.
I'm Larry Milletta. I'm the general manager of AARodriguez Corp /tunemyeuro.com. I have a 2015 Golf Sport Wagon TDI with Christmas lights on it for extra speed. We've done a turbo upgrade, brakes, suspension, clutch, diff. We're really trying to push the limits and see when it's going to break, and we haven't broken it yet. We let Mike drive it yesterday in full rain, and he lapped the entire field. So apparently it works. I used to be an instructor for a teen driving school called Extreme Measures, and Mike at the time I think was 15 years old, and his dad made him come out to it. And at the time he drove circles around all of us, so we knew one day he was going to be quite the driver. And now he is a professional race car driver, and he was nice enough to come out this weekend and school us / coach us and give us some pointers. So I had a track car, had an 87 Corolla GTS 10 years ago. Had to sell it, and there was a 10-year gap. So last year I started working for Andrew and started to get back into track days. So there was this huge 10-year gap. So I started back in the novice group, and all our friends were making fun of me because Larry's back in novice. But by the end of the day, I was back in group 2, which was fine, and here we are. Getting Mike skiing down here, we wanted to figure out how far we could push the car. These are street cars, and we do have to drive them home, so it was nice to have a professional come out and push them as far as they would go. With us sitting in the passenger seat, let Mike drive our cars, which is pretty wild. And just that alone, I picked up 15 miles an hour on the back straight at Road Atlanta in the rain, which I was impressed with. So we're not out racing this weekend. This is a driver's school. Really put emphasis on that. And we'd really like to get a lot of our customers out here. A lot of them asking lately. Some of them were come up this weekend, but they were all pushed off by rain. So we will be able to track prep customers' cars, recommend suspension, brakes, upgrades, so they can come out here with us and have a great time.
Hey everyone, I'm Brad. I work at AARodriguez, and this is my 335D wagon. It originally started out as a 328i gasser, and we just thought it'd be really cool to do a 335D wagon conversion, and here it is right now. We spent 22 days working on this. Basically pulled in a 335D sedan that was in a car accident, and took all the drivetrain out of it, the subframes, the fuel tank, the fuel lines, the engine out of it, and basically took all that out, took the whole entire wiring harness out of it, literally stripped out the whole inside, no one dash, and pulled all that out. And then we brought in the wagon that was a gasser, took everything out of it, and started literally swapping every part over. This is currently stage 4.1 with the Pro Turbos from Finland. It has R90 fuel pump in it, has Colt cams in it, has Olin suspension on it. It's currently pushing around 700 foot-pounds of torque and 500 horsepower, and it is a monster. It has a wave track diff in it, and it really does. It gets with it really. It's a really fast wagon. So yeah, the first thing I did after I did the swap was I actually drove it down to Florida to Thanksgiving to see my parents down there. A few hundred miles, I mean, just completely reliable. Gets upper 30s for fuel economy, and I mean, no issues whatsoever. Drove through a ton of rain. I mean, everything is fully functional on this, to where it's a daily driver, and you could take it anywhere. You could take it to California if you wanted to right now. And we do performance parts. We install performance parts on vehicles. We have a Mustang dyno. We do dyno pulls. Pretty much anything you need we could do. We just recently became an APR dealer, so we are doing tuning on all the APRs, the Golf Rs, pretty much every Volkswagen. We mainly started doing diesel work But I mean, now we pretty much do everything. We even work on Mercedes Sprinters too occasionally. This car was absolutely awesome on track. We put Mike Skeen behind the wheel of it, and I was actually in the passenger seat, and it was an absolute monster on the track. We blew by a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo, an M4 we blew by, and we were first on the track for sure. It definitely pulls hard. We were doing 155 down the back straight, so that just goes to tell you how fast this thing is. And it's even funnier being a wagon. I mean, you're just blowing by all these sports cars, and this thing's a wagon. I could go to Walmart, I could pick out groceries and throw it all in the back. You could go on vacation. This thing is really a great car. At AARodriguez, I mean, we do mostly diesel work, but we're really not limited in anything. It would really be cool to see some Audi R8s come through here, and it'd be cool to see our Lamborghini too, even just bringing on the dyno too. It'd be fun to see, you know, something very exotic get on our dyno, or even come through the door for an oil change. I mean, we're really not limited to much around here, and we can pretty much do anything that anyone needs as far as performance-wise around here.